Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on? YouTube, what's happening? Greetings, salutations. So the government, the federal government says, this is day number 6. I'm not counting what day, we're at. They claim this is day number 6, but like for example in New York, this is I lost count. I know tonight officially at 8 p.m. for this whole entire state of New York, there's a shutdown, lockdown, quarantine in effect. Whether you want to call it shelter in place, whether you want to call it stay at home, whether you want to call it lockdown, it's going to be in effect at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in New York. I just, was listening to the constant updates, specifically from the president and his task force team for Corona, aka Rona. I listened earlier too to the governor of New York speak. And I'm still waiting to hear, what is this economic stimulus package going to look like? I'm still waiting to hear, how are people going to be receive assistance or assisted in paying their bills. There are many people who have lost their jobs on impact, sudden impact. With this medical crisis, they've lost their jobs on impact. And each day that goes by, I'm watching these things, these updates from these government officials, and it's the more I'm not, it's like I'm still waiting. Apparently, the president is saying that they're very close on reaching a decision on what the relief for Americans is going to be like, as far as the financial relief. What is it going to look like? Because we're approaching the last week of the month, and people have lost their incomes on impact. At this point, I personally don't even want to hear about testing anymore. I don't want to hear about testing. That's just me. It's crucial. It's critical. Medical right now is number one priority as far as combating this pandemic. Addressing the medical crisis is priority. And a close second, if not almost like hand in hand, is how do we take care of ourselves and our families financially? How do we sustain ourselves during this period of uncertainty? We don't know how long we're going to be forced to stay at home. We don't know how long this will last, and the ramifications and consequences can become dire. It can become dire. How soon and how April 6th, people, like from now to April 6th is an eternity. It's an eternity. And the reason why I say it's an eternity is because by default, for example, I'm forced to think about things minute by minute right now. For right now, not tomorrow, not 2 days from now, not next week, but for right now. So time has just come to a severe slowdown, almost near a halt for me and many people like me, not just me. Not just me. So to think about how they were proposing that stimulus check or whatever cut checks that get cut can start to be delivered, not even received, but delivered on April 6th. It's a long time, man. That's a long time. What's this, March 22nd? I'm not sure. I'm just guessing. And from now to April 6th, that's a long time, man, because people have to eat now. People possibly haven't eaten yesterday because their funds have been depleted. People have to eat tonight, families and children. I mean, I don't care about a test right now. I don't care. I don't care about tests. Personally, that's being worked on. You know, hard work supposedly, according to what they're saying, is working. They're working very hard to, create machines that the hospitals can use by way of ventilators and things of that nature, and trying to possibly have private companies create masks for people and think, that's all nice, and along with the testing, and have testing centers propped up all over the place and issue free tests. Now they're talking about free tests because the word that I was privy to in the healthcare grapevine was that the tests were averaging $4,000 a piece. That's one of the reasons why. I mean, I don't know how true that is. That could just be gossip. I don't know. But now they talk about I don't care about this testing thing y'all keep talking about, man. I don't care about the testing thing y'all keep talking about. And in New York, okay, again, the governor of New York and the mayor of New York are not seeing eye to eye. The governor is talking his talk, which is his talk, and the mayor is talking his talk. And the mayor has already asked through the media for the federal government to really answer his call. Answer his call. Forget about the chain of command there's a chain of command, right? You have a hierarchy. You have local government, state government, then federal. The mayor at the local level just went to the media and is just exclaiming, help directly to the federal government. That just shows you within a state where there's the highest concentration of coronavirus to date, the governor exclaimed as 10,000 cases confirmed. And this number is growing. Yesterday or 2 days ago it was 3,000. Yesterday it was 4,000. Now it's up to 10,000. And these numbers that we hear, when we were hearing these numbers in China, in many circles and many individuals here and there were saying those are not even the real numbers. The numbers are probably even higher. And for the local government, the mayor of New York City, 8.5 million people on average, closely, densely populated city, to cry for help because he knows the ramifications will be just devastating, and for the president to just, I don't know, man. I don't know what it's like to run a country, so it's easy for me to judge, right? The screen went blank. Sorry about that, folks. Just to continue to hear about some, Like even like a reporter asked Trump about hotels, like his hotels. Is he being affected by, are his businesses and hotels being affected by the shutdown? Like, who raised these people, man? Look, I'm trying to be a little bit less irate than I was in my previous lives and stuff, but who are these journalists? Like, what planet, how disconnected, how more disconnected from reality in a sense can you be? There are people who are at the bottom right now who don't know how they're going to pay their light bill, who don't know how they're going to pay their monthly rent that they lease, who don't know how they're going to pay their mortgage, because the ramifications, it's a domino effect. And you're talking to people about, asking the president about his hotels. You already know that industry is suffering. You already know the widespread industries are suffering, but they're not, come on, man. And everyone, according to what the president was saying, there are many businesses, well, there are some businesses that are not suffering, they're actually doing real well, i.e. Walmart. Go figure. But for all intents and purposes of what the immediate need right now, how are people going to pay their bills? How? For right now, what's the plan? And I hope the plan is succinct, because the president said that they're very close to issuing a plan. I hope it's helpful in truth, and it helps people during this trying time of need, extreme need. Each day that goes by, the risks become more elevated. The severity of what we're going through is that much more heightened. Fear increases, anxiety increases, all of this stuff. First responders are people who are on the front lines, have to do their jobs, but they're also, they continue to place themselves at risk. The numbers are staggering, exponentially. They're saying that these numbers can grow where everyone at some point is expected to contract or become affected, or by this disease. So what provisions, if you want people to stay at home, how can they pay their way? Is everything going to be forgiven? Cell phone bills, rent, mortgage, light, gas, food, transportation. Well, there's no transportation if you shut down, but still, we're approaching the end of the month. What's it going to look like? I'm eager to see. And when I see it, when the proposal becomes something that's now no longer a proposal and is actually in effect, real time, I'm gonna come back to this video, and we're gonna have another conversation. Hopefully a better conversation, to sort of like break things down and understand, and just kind of go through this. I mean, it's only right, man. Just don't want to hear about I don't want to hear about tests anymore, man. I want to hear about how people are going to be relieved. I feel bad for folks who are undocumented. I say undocumented because I don't like the term illegal alien. That's just ridiculous to me. But there are people who are undocumented, who work hard, who work hard to provide for their loved ones. They can't do that anymore. What about those who we do what we do? We work for a living. We can't do that anymore. Then landlords have a different animal or beast to deal with too, as well. Because they have maintenance fees to pay for. They have maintenance to take care of if they own properties. They have mortgages Some landlords, they have to fulfill those obligatory needs. They have to fulfill it because they have these contractual agreements, mortgages, banks, these things that, I mean, what is it going to look like? School loans, my goodness. Sorry for the screen grain. It's crazy. But we shall see. Take care of yourselves. I'm out. Peace.